Well, on this Christmas Eve, the Bears end up losing again, which now they're 3-12. I think they've tied their total largest losing streak, which was six. If you remember the last time we lost 6 games in a row, that was dating back to Matt Nagy. The only difference compared to this that time and this one is I fully expect the Bears to lose out on the remaining part of their schedule, unlike what I thought back then. But regardless, this game, man, we had chances to freaking win this game. We had chances to win this game, Offensively, good job, Luke Getsy. I guess Ryan Poles must have gave you a phone call and said, just keep running the damn football and keep getting stuffed because I want to keep this second round pick. And with the fact that the Houston Texans are going up against Malik Willis, last time I checked the score, I think the Titans are up right now. Which actually I'm checking right now. Yes, it's 14-10 Titans. 38
14-10.
seconds
Yeah.
left to go in the third.
Willis just ran in for I think 17 yards for a touchdown. And I I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand what goes into the thinking of now for me, you say
Well,
it's gets
I was gonna continue on.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's
I'm
both sides.
ticked.
For me, it's both sides of the ball. Now, listen, I understand. The Bills are a great football team, and the Bears are a bad football team. I understand that. The thing that irks me about some of these decisions and in terms of these losses, it's not the effort I saw, or the fact that the Bears defense was getting turnovers and staying in the game and everything. That's fine. The Bears offense doing, its thing time and time again when they had opportunities and they actually moved the ball against the Bills defense. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the hustle, the energy and stuff like that. I'm not cool with certain decisions that coaches are making. Again, I understand the Bears are a bad football team. After the first drive, other than maybe that deep Justin Fields throw to Velus Jones Jr.,
Let me
Getsy
stop you there. Who had a good game.
yes, he had a good game.
Let's give Velus Jones
Yep.
Jr. some credit. He actually gave the Bears field position on kicks. He caught passes because we were really thin
only
at wide
one pass,
receiver.
but
Oh, he caught two.
okay.
Caught two. It was a quick slant that he caught on third down.
That's right.
I think in the first quarter, and then yes, he made a very good catch on a really good throw by Justin Fields. So let's give Velus Jones Jr. some credit that he actually had a really good game. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Outside of that, Getsy kind of got out coach. I understand. The Bills are pretty much playing back in coverage with the fact that they damn near look like they have like maybe two, almost three spies on Justin Fields, which again, credit to the Bills defense. Compared to the other defenses in the NFL so far, the Bears went up against, this defense literally is like, we're not letting this guy beat us with his legs. We're not letting this guy do anything, pretty much. So credit to them. They didn't want to be the next, I guess, highlight reel that gets burned by Justin Fields again. Which, that's obviously what a Super Bowl contending defense will do. And then again, the fact that you have no outside threat at wide receiver, it won't be able to change the effect of what a call would be having. I think maybe the Bills call a better defense or a different defense if, say, Claypool and Mooney are out there, because there are two at least threats they need to worry about. But, there's times in this game I'm like, okay, what are we doing? And it's just like, okay. And then again, I understand Bears are a bad team. On offense, I understand. You're trying to tank. I understand. You want that second overall pick of this year's draft. I really honestly do that. But again, I made a tweet on my Twitter. I said, I rather freaking tank being aggressive than going out tanking like, I don't want to say it, but you know what I mean. Pretty much. Scaredy cats. That's just me. That's just the competitor in me. I understand that. I don't like this whole old school Bears offense I've seen the last god dang 5-6 years. Run, pass. Run, pass. Run, pass. That's what it was. You know, when we got one of the fumble recoveries, we were after the big Justin Fields to Velus Jones pass. My bad. What does Getsy do right then and there? Next freaking 3 plays going into the fourth quarter. Run. First down, pass short of the sticks. Like, I'm of the opinion, with the way the Bills played this game on offense, it definitely felt like the Bears should be more aggressive. Make the Bills pay for freaking screwing around for some odd reason, not running the ball, and just, hey, let's do Josh Allen. Let's pad his stats. That's kind of thing. Defensively, we went on here last week and we said they arguably had their best game of the season on the defense in terms of the front seven. The front seven by far had their worst game of the season. They were getting gashed up front. Alan Williams, for some odd reason, he was sitting back in a zone defense because he's so afraid of Josh Allen beating you with his legs, when guess what? He was beating you with his legs anyways in the game anyways. And pretty much the fact that we know the Bills' run game offense, it isn't good. It really isn't. The Bills' run game offense is Josh Allen. And the fact that you had Singletary and Cook run all over you, and they're really good players. I'm not going to take nothing away from Singletary and Cook, but really, I've seen, other than that Browns game, teams stuff the Bills on their run game. Bears, for some reason, Alan Williams, I don't know if it's because you got 3 rookies in the secondary and Jones, Jalen Jones, Gordon, and Brisker, and you only got DeAndre Houston Carson out there, and I guess Blackwell, who's another rookie, so technically got 4 rookies out there. I don't know if Alan Williams doesn't have any trust in them, but it's like the last few weeks, they've been pretty solid. Again, and then eventually later on, he did blitz some more, but I'm like, you should have been blitzing from the start. Just play man across the board. Who cares what happens? They actually locked up. Well, really, Josh Allen didn't really throw Diggs' way, but I thought they locked up Diggs and Gabe Davis for a majority of this game. It was really only the run game that killed him because they weren't stacking the box. But that's just my initial takes. Again, it's just kind of this rinse and repeat. I'm having questions about this coaching staff and what they call. I don't know if we have a better team and this is a team fighting for a playoff spot. Maybe play calls are different. I don't know. Could the elements have played a factor in the way the offense was called? Yes. But at the same time, they were very conservative calls. And it took me back to the Dolphins game where we had opportunity after opportunity to take the lead or at least catch up with where the Dolphins were at. But then the play calling ended up getting conservative. But that's just my approach before we talk just other stuff.
For me, when you allow the run the way you allowed the run in the first half, at some point you got to come out of the nickel defense you playing. They ran 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers the entire game, basically. Nickel defense the entire game, thinking that Josh Allen is going to throw the ball, although try to stop him from throwing the ball all over the field. They didn't spy him at all, whereas Justin Fields, they double spied him just to make sure he stays in the pocket and press coverage on these wide receivers. Basically, I can't even call them 1s and 2s. That's more like 3s and 4s, because we're so thin at wide receiver. I mean, Montgomery did as much as he possibly could by trying to fight for extra yards and things of that nature. But unfortunately, once those first 15 plays went out the book and the Bills knew what the Bears are going to do, man, they just basically came after Justin Fields because it was just like you got 4 wide receivers that are covered in press coverage, man coverage, and everybody else watching Justin Fields.
Yeah, he was only
it's just like, what can the guy do?
He was only really checking it down majority of the time.
Yeah, what can the guy do? I mean, everybody's in man coverage, even the running backs out there. What can the guy do?
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, at least try to keep the defense honest. Do something down the field, Getsy.
It was only that one play. We only took one shot.
That one shot. And I'm just like, and even I can see it. Now, keep in mind, I love doing these videos, but I'm a novice. I'm a novice. I'm yelling at home. I'm yelling at home. They about to run the ball up the middle.
Yep.
They're going Singletary, touchdown. Here we go again. They're in that 4-2. They're going to run the ball up the middle. Here we go.
It was simple. It was just simple draw plays. Just
exactly right up the middle. Right up the middle. Adam Archuleta called a naked quarterback bootleg. And if he can see that in the booth, I can see that at home. And I'm pretty sure you yelled it out as well, too. Yeah, why is it that Williams and the defensive staff could not prepare for that on the field? They're running all over you, and you going to sit up here and get in a pass play coverage at the 3-yard line.
If we're being honest, when it comes to like these mobile quarterbacks, every time I look at it, they don't do a good job at setting contain walls. But when we go,
and I looked at the play. It was either Brisker or Gordon that was actually over there on that side. As a matter of fact, it might have been both.
Yeah, on the Josh Allen touchdown.
And the offensive lineman ran a stunt left, pulling the defensive line with them. Gordon goes back in coverage, whereas all game on that same type defense, why go back in coverage? You've been staying pat on that side for the most part the entire game. That's how you got your pick in the first half. They wasn't doing anything innovative on offense. And guess what happens? Naked boot. And he's just left out there on the island. Dude, if you had to stay right there, you might have been able to make the tackle. Yeah. I'm just, I get it with I get the tanking. I really do. But, but when the players on the field are acting, you can tell the Bears are playing hard. We'll give them credit for that. But if you're going to do these bonehead type things, just give them the damn game. Just from the rooter to the tutor, just give them the game. It's clear for me Getsy was tanking because all he did was run the ball.
Yep.
3rd 15, run the ball. Just like, dude.
Quick update. 7:25 left in the fourth quarter. Titans at 14, Texans 13.
And it's the same thing in that game. You got a quarterback that can't throw, but you guys are going to sit up here and don't put 8-9 in the box and make them throw.
Yeah.
Just like, come on, man.
And even
at some point, I just don't. Go ahead.
And let's be honest, Josh Allen, he didn't have a really good game today.
He didn't.
Just him throwing the ball was just like, and we'll talk about the Bills on their side.
Well, you could tell he wanted to go down the field. Yeah. So in theory, the Bears' strategy of playing zone and dropping back deep in coverage and letting them have the underneath stuff, I mean, it worked early. Yeah. Josh Allen rarely wanted, he couldn't go down the field. He really couldn't. He was forced to dink and dunk. I get that. I get that in passing situations, but you got to stop the run in order to get to that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, why? You let Hurts run up the field last week, right up the middle. Montgomery.
Yeah. It felt like, I don't know what was their game plan on, but it's like when they went up against the Eagles last week, they had more of an insensitive of like, no, we're not going to try to have Jalen Hurts beat us too much, especially with his legs. And then this week, it's like they go away completely from the opposite. But, that it's kind of the difference, I guess I would say, well, it shows you that the Bills are just Super Bowl contenders right there. But...
Well, I'll say this, Jalen Johnson being put down had probably something to do with their strategy on defense. Yeah. That's why they pretty much zoned up. I'd probably say a good majority of the game. But if you're going to do that, and the leading rusher for the Bills is their quarterback, why can't you QB spy him?
I have no clue. No clue. That's a question you have to ask them in the press conferences.
I mean, you playing a nickel defense. I mean, disguise coverage, zone blitz, drop a lineman back in coverage and rush front of the linebackers. Zone blitz. Try something other than just let the dude just run wherever the hell he wants.
And we saw it later in the game. You know, they started to man up, play more man defense. They were stuffing the run. They were doing what they were supposed to be doing. And it's kind of just like, well, it's too late, too little, too late. Why not just make that quick adjustment earlier in the game? So then you're not gashed up the middle. Again, it's also it's another thing of, if the Bears, Ryan Poles definitely needs to invest in the offense and defensive line, just in the trenches. Mm-hmm. It just shows
you. Even the Bills head coach said right after half, in these cold type weathers, and this climate, and let's keep in mind it was cold.
Yep.
You have to win, and he's saying it's verbatim. You have to win at the line of scrimmage. Run the ball, stop the run. Easy. And for whatever reason, I'm assuming it's the tank theory that we have, that we can't have Justin Fields on the run. Let's just go ahead and run left, run right, and let the defense, slow the game up by dropping back in coverage. And I mean, as a fan, it's really hard to watch. It's really hard. It's really hard to watch, whether you're 3-10 or 13-3, or it's just hard to watch. It really is.
I think the part it's hard is, especially on offense, when you see that it's just blatant. You can just see it coming a mile away. Like, these guys are just tanking. I can see it.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it hard to watch, and that's what makes me want to turn it off. But I know to make these videos, I can't turn it off. I have to sit there and just deal with it.
And
and
so at 2 minutes, I'm just like, man, are you ready? I can't.
Yeah, it was after they didn't even get after the Bills got the touchdown. I was like, it's game over. If Justin Fields goes out there, maybe he drives them down, maybe they let up a bit, but then they just stopped him on that 4th and 14, which I saw at the end. Justin Fields came up limping a bit. Hopefully he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it was what it was. Justin Fields,
I'm just like, man, just forget it.
Yeah.
Just forget it. And it's just like, it's clear to me. And I guess I shouldn't be angry knowing that they're tanking.
Yeah.
But it was clear again. They played really great the first half, and then in the second half, for whatever reason, the tank theory we feel it is, that they just automatically just start calling all of these plays to give the fans the illusion that this is our identity and this is what we want to do moving forward. No, dog, you running the ball on 3rd and 15. Yo, you ain't telling me nothing but, yeah, man, we want to keep that second pick, and we want to hope that the Houston, Texas wins so we can get the first pick. This is all about draft status at this particular moment, and that's all the Bears are doing. But if you're going to do all of that, if you're going to truly tank, dude, man, just tank. Take out Justin Fields. Take out everybody. I know you can't do it, but if you're going to tank, man, tank. Don't give these fans the illusion that you guys are actually trying to win games, because that's the second half last week. The second half against the Eagles and the second half against the Lions, all of those told me nothing but, you know what? Y'all ain't trying to win any games. Not this year. Yeah. You guys are playing for next. You guys are playing for the April draft.
Yep. Pretty much. It's Fields, I thought he played fine for the most part. He had the one deep pass. Honestly, his first drive was great too, but other than that, he really didn't do anything because, well, the Bills, we say he had a double spy. It felt to me he had triple spies on this guy.
He could have. The whole linebacking core, I can tell you right, or probably watching him. Because the second he came out of the pocket, whatever the linebacker was on that side was on him.
Right there.
Was on him. So I'm sitting over there like, Getsy, you know that they're spying him. Let's try going down the field. You in man coverage.
Yeah. Throw it up. Hopefully you get a pass interference. Something.
Throw it up.
You know?
Just
yeah.
And the Bills knew it. The Bills like they're not trying to go down the field.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, we just gonna bring these safeties in. We're gonna press cover everybody. They ain't trying to go down the field.
Yeah.
And additionally, who they gonna go down the field with?
Nobody. So
it was
yeah. Montgomery, I thought he played fine. You know,
in the first half he did, but at the same time, what can a guy do?
Yeah,
when he's I mean, he can't even get out the backfield.
Yeah, you get the ball, and there would be a Bills defender right there.
I mean, but the Bills adjusted to whatever the Bears were doing.
Yep.
But the Bears complicated things more with their conservative approach in the second half.
Yep.
That just opened up that just we sit up here talking about injuries and we don't want our players to get hurt. To me, that's the way a player gets hurt when you start playing conservative, trying to keep draft position. That's probably why you ain't got nobody on the field right now. You got all these guys on IR. You're tanking.
Yeah. You put Jalen Johnson and Kendall Vildor on IR.
And Kendall Vildor on IR. Me personally, I haven't seen Vildor in a couple of weeks. Anyway.
Yeah, it's probably for the better. I think Jalen Jones took his spot, and rightfully so.
I think Jones took Jones and Gordon. Now, I'll say this. Jones and Gordon played very well.
Yeah.
They played very well today. Brisker played very well today. The defensive line, I mean, it did whatever it could do. I can't really blame the defensive line, but when you're in the nickel defense, you gonna get gashed up the middle. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Whatever Williams' theory was, it didn't work. So I blame Williams for whatever went wrong with the defense today. No, I blame Williams for everything that went wrong with the defense today.
Yeah.
The offensive line was flat out horrible. I mean, it was horrible.
Oh, God.
I can't even pinpoint one player because they were all bad.
Only thing I remember from the offensive line is literally Sam Mussover hiking the ball off his nutsack, and it created almost a fumble.
Just like,
I seriously hope they
outside that first drive, they were just horrible. But I'll chalk that up to the Bills just trying to see what the Bears can do.
Like, even if you go back to the first drive, Larry Borom, who got inserted at left guard, replaced Cody White. He almost cost that drive away by his stupid holding.
So, I mean, if you asking me right now today, the only offensive lineman I will bring back is Jenkins. That's it. I would scrap all of them guys and let's what.
Well, if we're being honest, if it was me, it'd only be Jenkins and Jones because he's a rookie. He's on a rookie deal.
Maybe, but he was horrible today too. The best thing he did was almost get into a fight today.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, and then it sucks that only a day or two ago, Elton Jenkins and Conklin, they re-signed with the Browns and the Packers respectively. But obviously those teams are smart. You're not going to let talented, especially right tackles, really good offensive linemen, all-pro offensive linemen, literally best free agency, walk into free agency, and a team's like, hey, we'll offer you this crazy amount of money. You're not going to want that.
Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure everyone around the league know what kind of cap money the Bears got.
Yep.
Everyone around the league knows exactly what the Bears are going to be expecting to do in the offseason. So, yes, offensive linemen are going to be at a premium. So, yeah, if you got good ones, you might as well keep them. Because it would not shock me that if you let an offensive lineman go, Ryan Poles is going to snatch him up.
Yep. Herbert returned. I didn't think he really played good today. Like he didn't.
Nope.
Obviously, it's rust, but at the same time, he didn't play good. Not only the whole fact he was getting stuffed, there was times where Justin Fields was trying to check it down. He wasn't even catching the dang ball. I'm like,
I'll chalk it up to rust
Yeah.
and offensive line just play just horrible football.
Yeah. Receivers, they didn't do it. Outside of the Bayless play, they didn't do anything. Cole Kmet dropped a freaking easy catch that he should have made.
Drop the first down.
And
He
then,
running with the football before he even get the ball.
yep, that's what my dad pointed out before he walked out the door. And then only the next play, he then gets blown up on a run play. And I'm like, dude, what? There was another face palming. Pettis had literally probably like, dude, don't even try. Which was funny because Justin Fields throws a ball. It's an out route. Simple catch, simple throw. He's trying to catch it like this, trying to bring it into his body instead of extending his hands out and catching with his hands. This is like the second or third time he's done this before. Again, Pettis is another guy that's gone. If he wasn't good at punt returning for this team, he would have been gone by now.
I would probably say they kept him because they knew what the wide receiver room looked like. They didn't have a choice to keep. They don't have a choice but to keep him.
Oh, no, they can't cut nobody now.
They can't cut nobody. They got so many cats on IR, man. They're gonna be bringing dude. I mean, they're gonna be playing with the practice squad players next week.
Yep. Defensively, again, the defensive line was meh, in my opinion. It wasn't what it was last week. Yeah. At some parts, they did get a little pressure on Josh Allen, which gave my quick thoughts on the freaking Bills. I don't know what the hell the Bills were doing in that second half when they were turning the ball over. I'm just looking at my screen and I'm like, you'd think you would just run the ball and just kill clock and just win the game easily. These guys are passing. They have Josh Allen dropping back. He's standing back. They're fumbling the ball, throwing interceptions. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Just run the ball.
That's their identity. That's their identity. That's why their quarterback is their leading rusher, because that's their identity. They throw the ball around.
Yep.
And the best way to beat them is to make them one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Take away the pass. I'm pretty sure that was Williams' thinking when he came in, but I'm sitting over here like, man, and the one thing you got to give the Bills credit for is that they are well coached. They see you in a nickel defense on first down, run the ball up the middle.
Well, hey, their offensive coordinator is literally.
They only got 6. Yeah, they only got 6 in the box.
Yeah.
Are they crazy?
Ken Dorsey's literally in the box, so he can see the entire field. It's not like Getsy sit on the sideline.
Correct. I'm just like, you got 6 in the box, man. They're gonna run the ball right up the middle. Singletary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, defense line was meh. Linebackers, I thought they were pretty bad. I thought Morrow, I felt like they weren't fitting their gaps in certain run plays and everything, and I feel like they were just too slow to react. I don't know if it's
only
because
2 linebackers. It was only 2 linebackers.
Yeah, but I still feel like it was too slow for the backers to react to certain run plays.
Correct, and they were getting blown up by the center because it's only 2 of them.
Yeah,
it's only 2 of them.
Maybe Sanborn.
What was the other running back for the Bills?
Cook's brother, James Cook.
The kid from Georgia.
James Cook.
Another one. I mean, just Lord have mercy, boy. I tell you what.
Yeah, I don't know if Sanborn now being on the IR as well also played a factor into this whole bad linebacking play.
Well, they still have 3 linebackers. Adams, Morrow, and Thomas. They were still there.
Yeah.
Now Morrow got blown up by Adams.
I thought Morrow had another bad game today.
Yeah. I agree with you. There was nothing good about the front 7 today.
Yeah. Backfield. The defensive backfield, I thought they played, obviously they're literally the best part of the defense. Again, you have your corners locking up. They're not getting
Diggs only had what, 2? Diggs only had what, 2, 3 catches?
2, 3 catches. I felt the Bills weren't targeting him enough.
Because he wasn't open.
So
he wasn't open. They were trying to get him down the field, though.
Yeah. Um, Again, it's another solid performance from the secondary. Again, I'll say this compared to the last few years where we were getting torched in the secondary, it seems like Ryan Poles did something good, and at least he's rebuilt the secondary for the time being. Kyler Gordon, I already made a tweet saying, the whole Shaq meme, I issue my apology. We were talking crap about this guy at the start of the season. He's turned it around. He's got 3 interceptions in the last 3 weeks. I'll freaking take it. So,
I'll take it too. I mean, he's been playing really well. He's been playing well enough for me to be like, you know what? This guy may actually be, CB number 1 next year. If and I know we've been arguing about, I shouldn't say arguing. We've been discussing Jalen Johnson.
It's debatable.
It's okay. We can agree to disagree. But I'm just like, okay, Kyler Gordon is it's pretty ironic that you on IR after your week against the Eagles, and Kyler Gordon is still hanging around. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, you bring this group: Brisker, Eddie Jackson, Jalen Jones at the other start, and then Johnson, then Kyler Gordon at the nickel. Seemed like you got a pretty talented secondary right there.
And don't be shocked if they get another one in the draft.
That is true.
Because don't be shocked. So, I mean, me personally, Jalen Johnson is still on his rookie contract.
But yeah, I definitely see he's gonna maybe potentially do a Roquan and hold out, trying to get some more money.
Let him hold out, as far as I'm concerned, because after those 2 passes against the Eagles, I would like to say bye-bye. But again, we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah. And then before we get out of here, we made a mention earlier about this guy, but Velus Jones Jr., I thought today was by far his best game of the season. He had 2 great returns, and then the 1 big catch. That's what you're supposed to do after a really bad season, just in general. And heck, after what happened last week to him, that's what you're supposed to do. Come into next week. And let's be honest, if the team was fully healthy, guy probably doesn't get a shot. If anything, he's probably inactive today if the team's fully healthy. Because the way Eberflus talked in his press conference last week, he didn't feel too happy. But they gave him another shot this week, and guess what? He came out there, he freaking played. We talked about last week. He didn't go to the flea flicker. He didn't look to get aggressive to at least go make a play on the ball. This week, he goes and makes a play on the ball. Literally 2 DBs, 1 in front of him, 1 behind him. He goes and makes that play. All it comes down to him is executing pretty much, and again, not doing things that is going to cost the team. That's it. Again, I would like to see more consistency out of him going forward, going into the last 2 games, because he's going to have the opportunity to play. Stack this performance, go into next week against Detroit, have another solid performance. That's all I got to say.
Honestly, this is going to sound crazy. It really is. But I think that the Bears' best offensive threat today was Velus Jones Jr.
No, you're right.
I mean, he played fantastic football. Kickoff returns, he got him good field position.
I thought he was only going to take some of them to the house. He seemed
to be the only wide receiver that Fields targeted.
Yeah. Other than Butterfield and Pettis.
I'll say this, not necessarily targeted, but trusted.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he played like his job depended on it today.
Yeah. Probably heard everything everybody was saying on YouTube, other Bears podcasts, the national media, well, not the national media, the Chicago, radio and media. Probably was hearing all that and knew, like, I got to get it under control now. And maybe the coach, maybe Eberflus had to talk with him.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure that he had him in his office at some point in last week and just simply said, "Hey, kid, we need to play. I want to have faith in you, but I can't have faith in you when you know playing. Yeah. This league is rough, and you have to perform."
Yep.
So
Today he showed up. After the big catch, I literally tweeted him like, "Congratulations! This is Velus Jones' first impact play of his career." Good.
Yep.
So hopefully there's more. We got 2 more games left to go with the season. You got Detroit. I think they lost to the Panthers shockingly, which actually hurts
Man.
which hurts their playoff chances like bad.
Man, I can't wait for our weekly video just to talk about that particular game. 240 yards in the first half.
Update. 1:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Texans 19 points. Titans 14. Texans.
Would you be willing to go out on a limb and say
45 seconds
that if the Titans don't go to the playoffs, that they're gonna let their coach go?
No, they can't fire Vrabel.
You don't think so?
If they fire Vrabel,
they better get a quarterback.
I think Malik Willis is their future.
Okay. Maybe.
If they fire Vrabel, I'd be happily to be like Ryan Poles, fire Eberflus right now and go pick
that
way
guy. In hell they're gonna do that right now.
I'm just saying. I know that.
I'm just saying.
But man, if that were to happen, I'd be like, honestly, I'd be fine having Eberflus be a one and done coach. You bring in Vrabel. Keep the same offensive staff, maybe. So nothing changes.
Maybe. Oh man, okay. All right.
But,
okay.
We know the Bears ain't like that.
No, Bears ain't gonna do that.
They don't want another Mike Ditka like hard coach on them.
No.
Yeah, the Lions lost. So you're gonna go into Detroit with probably a pissed off Lions team that is gonna be fighting for its playoff lives next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see what the whole deal with Justin Fields is. He was limping after that 1 4th down, but I think he might be fine. He'll probably rest it up. If anything, they'll say you're not going. But anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your day or rest of your Christmas Eve, and then as well as a great Christmas day. And then other than that, we have nothing else. We'll be back for NFL weekly recap, and then Bears Lions stuff next week. Till then, guys, peace.